Leon Edwards, Nate Diaz. Let's get right into that. For Leon Edwards, this is supposed to be his coming out party for the casuals. If you're hardcore, we're all familiar with Leon Edwards. Leon Edwards is the Ian Edwards of comedy. They're the same guy. If you know who Ian Edwards is, he's a monster of a comic. Monster. Well-deserving. Should be on Netflix. Should be on fucking HBO. Should be headlining around the goddamn world making millions of dollars. But for whatever reason, he's not. He writes a lot of your favorite comedy shows. He's a monster. One of my favorite people. Balls deep in soccer. You've probably heard him on Rogan a few times. He's the nicest guy in the world. He's very similar to Leon Edwards. There's not a ton of energy. They're laid back, but just technicians, man. Savages. Leon Edwards is a goddamn technician. And this was supposed to be his coming out party. And I feel bad for him because it wasn't. Nobody's talking about him, are they? Dana wasn't talking about him. The UFC, suits weren't talking about him. The entire narrative, even as Leon Edwards whooping Nate Diaz's ass for the entire fight, except for the last 30 seconds, even while he's whooping Nate Diaz's ass, whooping his ass, wasn't close. None of the rounds were goddamn close except for the fifth round. Not even, they were in the same ballpark. The entire narrative was Nate Diaz. Man, look at the punishment this guy can take. Man, that cut, man, this is a Nate Diaz fight if I've ever seen one. You see how he's all bleeding and stuff? He lives for this. It's like, okay, what about Leon Edwards, man? But that's Leon Edwards. No one's more deserving than a title shot than Leon Edwards. If you think Leon Edwards is getting a title shot after that performance, you're out of your goddamn mind. It's like the Tony Ferguson thing. What do you win, 10 in a row? He became an interim champ, but never the real legit champ. It's a fucking shame because I truly believe at one point in his career at 155, he was the best 155er walking the planet, but just never got the opportunity. With the Khabib stuff, missing weight, then he got hurt, blew out his fucking knee, doing a photo shoot with his glasses on at Fox, or where the hell he was doing. So for Leon Edwards, no one's more deserving, but he's not going to get it. You're out of your mind if you think he's going to get it. He did what he needed to do against Nate Diaz, and for a coming out party, that just wasn't it, man. Even though he beat the shit out of that guy, beat the brakes off of him for 5 rounds. But the last 30 seconds, you let your guard down, you got caught, you got wobbled. I thought Nate was going to finish him. He definitely could have. I thought he could have finished him. And I told my brother, I looked at my brother and went, now the nerve's going to be the Nate Diaz fans, which, most loyal fan base in the game, huge fan base. Bro, if this was a street fight, this thing's over. But it's not, though. But it's not. That's not what we do, is it? But it's not. And Nate got destroyed for fucking the entire fight. So for the last 30 seconds, he landed a right hand. Wobbled him. Lost the fight, guys. That's the sport. And poor Leon Edwards, nobody's talking about him. Nobody. Dana in the press conference goes, is that not Nate Diaz? Is that not a Nate Diaz fight? I'm like, okay, all right. And listen, I know you guys think I have issues with Nate Diaz. I love the Diaz brothers. I'm more of a Nick Diaz fan. He's the original OG. I love the Stockton vibe, all that stuff. I love their fan base. They are probably the 2 toughest guys to ever compete in mixed martial arts, hands down. But if you look at Nate Diaz's last 2 fights, he hasn't won a round, 5, what is that? So, the fight ended due to cuts against Masvidal. Masvidal beat the brakes off of him, and then Leon Edwards beat the brakes off of him, except for the last 30 seconds. So, it's tough, man, for what's for next for Nate. Because he's not crazy active. He's coming off 2 losses. And, again, he hasn't won a round in a hot second. He won that. You give him that 5th round, against Leon when Leon let his guard down. But outside that, he lost all 3 rounds to Jorge. That fight wasn't even remotely close. I had 2 of the rounds, 10-8. And then Leon Edwards was pitching a shutout to the last 30 seconds. But Leon Edwards, let's go back to Leon. The narrative on him, it's your coming out party for a title shot. If you knock Nate Diaz out, you're getting a title shot. If you kind of outsmart him, and technically you definitely put it to him, but you didn't go for the kill. You just didn't. And in this sport, you have to be undeniable to get a title shot. Undeniable. 10 in a row, unfortunately, in the game we're in today, is not undeniable, which is insane to say, right? He's not gonna. I promise you guys, he's not getting a title shot unless an injury happens or some mix up there with Usman or somebody. Usman gets sick or some shit like that. He's not getting a title shot. It's not happening. So for Leon, this was his big shot, and he just kind of like, you're not walking away from that going, God, how about that Leon Edwards? It was a good performance, but we're talking about Nate Diaz, dude, and that's how fucking remarkable Nate Diaz is. To fucking weather that storm. And that's why he wanted 5 rounds. To weather that storm, to do that stuff, to have that cut on your eye, the spinning back elbows, the back fists, the leg kicks. Why Leon didn't do more leg kicks, I have no fucking clue. Why weren't you going for that leg? You had it, dude. You had it. But you just didn't capture the moment. If you're Rabbit from 8 Mile, you didn't fucking capture the fucking moment, dude. You got one shot. Mom spaghetti, dude. You didn't have mom spaghetti. So for Leon Edwards, what I think they should do next with him is Jorge Masvidal. They have a history, and it's because this fight's a wash. Nate Diaz value didn't go down. We're all talking about Nate Diaz, rightfully so. Leon Edwards, it's just we can take it or leave it. So all right, we got to do it. Let's try this again. So then we're going to all right. Here's another legend, Masvidal. Now, if you can take out Masvidal, Masvidal's not going to let you coast like that. He's going to bring you the fucking fight. Leon Edwards, Masvidal makes sense. Now, if Leon beats Masvidal, because you got Usman, Colby, you're going to fight this year, right? That's happening. Great fight. So they're not going to award Leon Edwards a title shot. So what are you going to wait for? Then you got to line up a fight with Masvidal. Wish he called him out, but he doesn't. Not his nature to be that brash. So if the UFC pushes him towards Masvidal, you finish Masvidal or another flawless victory, except for the last 30 seconds. All right, you beat 2 legends in a row. That makes sense. More people are familiar with you, but he didn't win any fans that night. Unfortunately, even though he was pitching a shutout to the last 30 seconds, we're all talking about Nate Diaz. Every single outlet that you're going to tune into on this Monday morning is talking about Nate Diaz. Rightfully so. Rightfully so, man. That's just what comes when you're Nate Diaz. His fan base is insane. Leon was just getting booed to fuck. Yeah, dude. You're from England. You're fighting a legend, Nate Diaz. Everybody loves Nate Diaz. Do you know anyone in the sport who's just like, man, I'm just not a fan? Not really, right? Everybody kind of fucks with the Diaz bros. We just do. When they fight, we pay, right? That's what we do. The Stockton bros bring the fans. So Leon Edwards is in a tough situation. So he'll fight Masvidal, I think, or he's going to fight the winner of Gilbert Burns versus Wonder Boy. But I think if Wonder Boy, which I do think he's going to do, KOs Burns in like crazy fashion, I could see him leapfrogging Leon Edwards and getting a title shot next. Leon Edwards is Milton at the Office Space. Remember when they're handing out cake and he didn't get any? That's Leon Edwards with title shots. He's Milton. You know, he wants his stapler back, dude. And you have to fucking take that stapler. Not only are you going to take that stapler, but I need you to knock out Masvidal. That's how you get your stapler back, dude. You're going to have to do something flashy and knock out Masvidal, a legend. I bet you they've seen like, all right, this kid's on, we got to build him. We got to build him. They're trying. They're trying, man. So I think a flashy win against Masvidal would get him a title shot. Crazy with the run that he's been on. He's so goddamn talented. But he was reserved. He played it safe. He was reserved. That's not going to get a title shot. It's just not.